part of this matchup is going to be the fact that one reason why Altergeist has had so much success this tournament is its ability to interact with the opponent using multi-figure into Silquitous.
Yes.
Right? Bounce effects are huge against decks that rely heavily on the extra deck,
yes.
right? However, against Trickstar, Silquitous I don't think is going to do very much.
No, in fact, it just makes his deck better.
Right.
By giving him more special summons, more searches, more of that good stuff.
So I think that's a very big aspect of the Altergeist deck that usually makes it so strong where it just does not come at all.
I also note that Ching is playing Gozen Match.
This seems like a really short start here for Bodan. Just one single back row card.
It is indeed.
But with multi-figure, a single back row card isn't that bad. If that's personal spoofing, that's everything he needs.
Yeah, could turn into anything.
Yeah.
So the thing, all the Altergeists have different attributes. So if Ching can establish Gozen Match on the field, things like multi-faker become irrelevant.
Yeah. So
Rivalry of Warlords is activated on Temic's side. Activates Rivalry of Warlords on the end phase. It resolves successfully. Activates multi-faker. And multi-faker's ability activates as well.
Yeah, so the big thing we're going to see multi-figure do here is try to give him more advantage rather than giving him ways to disrupt his opponent.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be shocked to see... No, he thought about Meliseek there. I thought he was personally going to go for Meliseek.
Yeah, me too.
But he might be trying to just go for repeated multi-faker activations.
Yeah, I would assume he's light on traps, though, if he only set the Rivalry Warlords.
Interesting. Yeah, that could be the case.
Yeah, I don't know. But thankfully, for Bodan on Ching's end, there's no Candina, no light stage, no start.
No, really not a lot going on.
Yeah.
Straight away, we're seeing these guys kind of enter grind mode.
Do we know if he just didn't start with any monsters or if he chose not to play them?
I did not see. I would assume that he did not start with any, though, because it seems really hard to choose not to normal summon a Candida. Worst case scenario, it gets 1-for-1, right? Your opponent just plays one card to deal with it, and then it's not like you're down.
Rivalry of Warlords doesn't really match up too well here with the all fairies of Trickstars.
Right.
But it would keep some of the tech choices off the field, like Eater of Millions.
Indeed.
Yep. I think purely in this case it was for getting that multi-faker trigger.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, multi-faker is just going up a card, right? Like, the rivalry has basically replaced itself already thanks to multi-faker.
Yeah.
And it still has plenty of applications, like preventing nightmares from being summoned and that sort of thing.
Right.
But, you don't necessarily need your extra deck at all if you have enough Trickstars. 0, it's not enough Trickstars. All right, Bodan's up. Thinks long and hard about what appears to be monsters. Yeah, I do think you're right about being very trap light. On the standby phase.
Yeah, Gozen Match.
Yes, he flips Gozen Match. Good move. That's a good move. That keeps Silquitous on the field at his only card, and he might be kicking himself for not getting the Meliseek.
Yeah. That brings us right down to having to have the same type and attribute on the field.
Indeed, and guess what Trickstars are? Light fairies.
We see a Pot of Desires.
Gozen Match. All players must control only one attribute of monsters. And we see Grandmaster getting into a bit of a fight there.
Yeah, with the Nishi, right?
Yep.
With Shogun looming in the shadows.
Yeah, overseeing the battle.
But is it? Or is it one of the imposters? Who knows?
Good point.
Pot of Desires banishes 10. It resolves. And Bodan gets a couple more cards. Does he have any sort of removal for that other than Meliseek?
I'm doubtful.
Yeah, I think at this point he's just going to start going
Infinite Impermanence could be a potential out if he sets it in the middle column.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, saves it for his own turn. Even if he has to burn it, if he's able to just take a turn to get rid of the Gozen Match, that might be enough.
That's a good point, but he sets nothing.
Something very interesting we spoke about during our previous match, the win rate of this particular matchup at the tournament is heavily favored to Trickstars.
Interesting.
In fact, he's not dropped a single game against Altergeist.
So we'll see what plans he indeed has. Then again, we'll see if he draws any Trickstars.
Yeah.
That's a very important first step there, and the fact that he was looking at his extra deck kind of gives me the impression that he's got something. Oh, Eater of Millions.
Interesting. So yeah, that means he definitely doesn't have any Trickstars.
Yep.
Do you think that Eater of Millions getting rid of this is going to be the right move here?
Yeah,
It's a little tough.
Because it's going to leave Bodan's field then open to choose a new monster.
Yeah, and in particular, he needs the Meloseek, and it can attack past Eater of Millions.
Exactly.
All right, so he takes 5 cards out of his extra deck. Don't need those anyway. I don't think there are too many Light Fairies there other than Holy Angel.
and he's going to move to battle, and Eater of Millions is going to try to gobble up the Silkwidis.
Yep. And it's actually got some attack points. It's got 1,000 right now, I believe. 100 for each face down banish. Actually, no, 15 because he banished on his own.
Yep, looks like Bowden might be looking up Eater of Millions.
Yeah,
See specifically how it does work.
It does activate, but it is at the start of the damage step, if memory serves correct.
Just as I was saying in our previous match, it's one of those cards where you know what it does in theory. but
Yes.
Checking, I mean, of all the games that you want to check the wording on a card,
Yes.
right now is the correct time.
I mean, it's the difference between whether or not you can Ghost Ogre it or not,
Yeah.
if it activates in the damage step or otherwise. Activates the effect.
Yeah.
Eater of Millions grows 100 larger.
Yeah, I really don't know what Ching expects to happen here. I feel like leaving that Silkwidis up was the way that he could eventually draw into one of those Trickstars, stall out the game until he gets his thing going, but
Indeed.
now he knows that Temik has just a grip full of monsters, right? He passed with a single trap card set. He knows he at least has Multi-Figure.
I guess he, yeah, I don't know. I guess Ching felt that he wanted to at least get going.
I think Temnik picked up. Yeah, he's got the Meloseek, but I think he's picked up Infinite Impermanence.
Yeah, so even if this doesn't go through, he still has a way to potentially answer that Gozen match the following turn.
Indeed.
This might get effect veilered. Yep.
Oh.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, that's going to help.
Yeah, I think it just stifles it just for the turn, though, because that Meloseek can still search another Altergeist card, right, when it's sent to the graveyard?
It can, but it's not going to get sent to the
No,
graveyard.
it's banished.
Oh, because the Eater Millions, you're right.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
but with
can't link
Infinite
summon.
Impermanence set. Oh, no. I meant on the following turn, but you're right that Eater Millions would cause it to be banished, but Temik does have the Infinite Impermanence for the Eater Millions.
That's true. He'd have to use it on the attack here.
Yeah, that would also open up
The Gozen match, yeah.
Gozen match, yeah.
So then at resolution of Infinite Impermanence, he could activate Multi-Figure, right? Because the Gozen match has been negated.
Yes.
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty big blowout.
Yes, he could.
Yes.
Well, barring, say, a reincarnation.
Right, yes. But then again, there's only one copy of Reincarnation, right?
It's
Yeah.
true. But if he's not drawing monsters, he's got to be drawing something.
You're right.
The attack is declared, and it's,
That's huge.
That's huge. Yeah.
yeah, because you can't undeclare the attack.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, this is a blowout.
So Infinite Impermanence will both negate Eater of Millions effects and the effects of Gozen match because it's in the same column.
I think Ching's realizing that right now. He might have Solemn Judgment set. I think that's what he's considering.
He has to if he's got it.
You kind of got to.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think there's a choice really to be made here.
Now you got to take your due diligence on it.
Impermanence?
It activates Infinite Impermanence. Is that Infinite Impermanence?
Is
Yes.
it Infinite Temnik's? I don't. What does that do here?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Does it make it so that he can't Multi-Figure? No, right? Because
No.
the last thing to happen is still Temnik's Infinite Impermanence, right?
Indeed. I'm not entirely certain what's happening here. All right, so Gozen match is negated and Meloseek is negated. Oh no, I know why he did it. It's so that he doesn't lose a card when his monster crashes into
Oh, I
Meloseek.
understand. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's still just all bad, though, right? He basically
Yeah.
still loses a card. He's just not going to lose the Gozen match.
Right.
Yeah, I guess in my head, it doesn't really make much of a difference in the long term, I don't think.
Oh, Bone's not going to activate Multi-Figure here, though. He's just going to let it through.
Yeah.
I guess that makes
Oh
sense.
no, it's because Gozen match will reactivate and he'll lose all his cards.
Yes, but can't he, at that point, the Eater Million is still gone, right? So, like, if he Multi-Figures into another Meloseek, Can't he just like send both Millseeks to the graveyard during the end phase, get 2 searches, and still just be up?
Yeah, you only get 1 search.
Oh, because
It's a
Millseeks
hard
was
one.
returned. Yeah. Okay.
But still, you would be able to at least then.
No, I think Temnic's
think
play is
keeping
correct, though.
Millseek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now-
Well, you could just send the multi-fake and keep the 2 Millseeks.
That could also be true,
Yeah.
but it's not like he can't do it. I guess it depends how many trap cards he has in his hand, right? Like whether or not he thinks he's going to be able to. Well, does
He
He
doesn't
doesn't
know he's
have
trapped
any
light
trap
right now.
cards in his hand.
Yeah.
There aren't any.
does Millseek only search monsters?
Yes.
Okay, so he.
Interesting.
I mean, he could still get Marionetter to get a trap card, so he can trigger the multi-faker.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like variables there that definitely a bunch of different lines, but I think that
whatever the
committing
line
the
is,
least,
keeping
yeah,
Millseek
I think
is
committing the
correct.
least amount of cards is the safest for sure, because it's not like Temnic lost out in that situation at all.
Yeah.
He's grinding away Ching's cards 1 at a time, along with his life points, 500 at a time.
Yeah. I think, yeah, whatever happened in that situation, he needed to keep the Millseek on the board to be able to start grinding these cards away from Ching.
I wonder if he banished all of his other cards he could summon with Millseek.
That's possible.
A lot of desires.
That is possible. Yeah, that's one variable we can't consider.
Ah, okay. There's a Marionetter. Marionetter, when normal summon, you can set an Altergeist trap straight from your deck.
That's going to bolster his trap count a little bit.
We'll see what happens, though. That
No,
gets hit by
another
impermanence as well. The double impermanence.
I feel like that's still just fine though, right? Because
Yeah.
it's still just going up a card basically.
Yes.
I think I saw a flash of an Ash Blossom in Temnic's hand as well, which make things kind of difficult for Ching.
Temnic is so far ahead here.
Yeah, this game is not going how we thought it would at
Yeah,
all.
It's just not drawing the
Yeah,
monster.
did you draw any monsters?
Yeah, if he had a single Candina or light stage, this game would have been completely different. He would have been able to put the pressure to make the goes in match matter.
And now he's got Inquiry to block attacks and negate effects as well. Like, we've actually seen this a lot just today. Just a lot of bad luck.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of consistency issues, right? That's part of why we talk about, you know, even though Trickstar only needs 1 of those cards,
Yeah.
it still desperately
Yeah,
needs one to
desperately
do
needs
anything. If you miss on those 7, it's really rough. Same thing with
The Sky Striker
deck,
was
right?
really rough.
Yeah, it misses
Yeah.
on one of those 7 cards. Like, you have some ways that you can maybe meander your way there with Area 0 and the combination with like multi-roll,
Yeah.
or just excavating, getting a little lucky. But
Yeah, the Altergeist deck is it's completely full of stuff.
maybe this is
that you
just
want as part of your engine.
the Yu-Gi-Oh! Karma Gods
Yeah.
coming back to bite Ching after that that easy game against Sky Striker, even though it was a favorable matchup in the first place.
That could be it. The RNG sways both ways sometimes, and we
Yeah.
saw a lot of that in the Duel Links matchup last time as well.
I felt Ching exhale from here. That's how big an exhale that just was when he drew that card.
Yeah, I mean, with
Wow.
this is the deck we were talking about that plays more hand traps than anything we've ever seen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot of just dead draws at this point now that Temnic has gotten going.
2 set monsters. Well, I guess in that case, they're likely both hand traps.
Yeah. I'm just shocked. I can't believe this match is going the way it is. We thought at least a game 1 was going to go in Ching's favor.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about, though, eking it out.
Yeah.
He either needed a key Minecraft or a key way to stop Candina, or what's better than stopping Candina?
Yeah.
Not seeing it at all.
Don't need to stop Candina if you don't have one. Just saying.
Attacks 1 face down monster. It's Ghost Reaper. Takes 1800, and now Ching can only have zombies on the field.
Yeah, so attacking this is going to make him choose one or the other.
There's no choice. It must be zombies.
Yeah, it existed first.
Rivalry is. You don't get to choose.
Yeah, I think Temnic might be a little bit
Yes,
confused.
It must be.
Yeah,
It must be zombie.
Yeah, now he understands. It was clear now. Yeah, if both flipped up at the same time, then
Then you would choose.
There would be a choice.
Yes.
he just got a little bit ahead of himself. I think he's just so excited that this game is going this direction.
Yes, yeah,
Indeed.
absolutely.
And you know, if you have questions about Rivalry of Warlords or Gozen Match, or there could be only one because it works the same, we have a nice website available for you on Yu-Gi-Oh!-card.com. Under the Advanced Card Rules section, under Gameplay, there is a specific thing on what do these cards do, how do they work, what am I allowed to do.
Yeah, I remember when I first started traveling to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series, Rivalry of the Warlords and Gozen Match were some of the most confusing cards I didn't understand for a long time.
They really are.
Yeah.
There we
As a
see-
judge, I loved understanding all those different things, but it's fallen away from me nowadays. At the time, I used to pride on knowing all those different things, which is why we have so many fantastic judges on the stage to watch over these matches.
So I don't think they can actually look up the website on the iPad right there. I believe they're limited to just the card
Yes,
database.
Yeah. Although that would be pretty
be
useful
helpful
for
at
Ching
this
at this point.
Maybe a little too much outside advice. And he's looking up Hexia right there to see what exactly it does.
Yep.
It gains attack equal to the original attack of the Altergeist it points to. And it can tribute an Altergeist it points to negate the activation or effect of a spell or trap. Oh, and you know when it goes to the graveyard, you get to search for an Altergeist card. Yeah, that too. It only does everything.
But wait, there's more. That's what I heard. That's what it seems like a lot of these Altergeist cards. When I was reading them the first time, it was like, oh, this is solid, but wait, there's more.
Yeah,
and
maybe
then sometimes
something
there's
good.
even just a last little bit.
Yeah. Something good, and then just an extra bit, just in case the good things weren't good enough.
More good things.
Yeah. I've got to say, Bodan's in a good spot here.
Eater of Million's not a bad thing to have, though.
No, that's going to help.
You can get rid of that Hexia without sending it to the graveyard, and it's getting pretty big, isn't it?
Yep.
It's 21 face-down banished cards right now, if math serves.
Yep.
What do we
Yeah, it
have?
should be, right? 5 from each Eater of Millions, so that's 2, then another 10 from Desires, and the first Eater of Millions attack.
Yep.
Yep. It's going to go up even more if this attack goes through.
Eater of Million's currently at 27.
Yeah. Honestly, Ching doesn't look phased in any way by what's occurring here.
Ching has been the coolest cucumber I've seen thus far
Yeah.
throughout the tournament.
Yeah, having the attack points on Eater of Millions is really huge, because normally 2 monsters just beat it because it's so small. Normally the only face-down banished cards are the things you banish to play it. So you could just sacrifice a smaller monster to it and then take it out with a bigger one. But in this case, it is the bigger monster, other than Hexia.
The Altergeist cards don't have a huge attack points, do they?
Generally, they don't. Their biggest main deck monster in terms of attack points is Marionetter at 16, and the biggest defense is Conquarium, which I completely forgot about. Now, I completely forgot that he had that in his hand, and Ching might have as well. So it both blocks the attack and it negates the effect of Eater of Millions for as long as it's face up on the field.
Yeah.
And that's why you got to always play at least one.
It's very, very useful.
Definitely.
It was interesting, the first duel we saw with Ghost Girl in Vrains, she was using this card a lot and wound up losing out because he didn't have a monster zone that could be used to summon it. Xcode Talker had blocked it off.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when the Conquery is summoned and its effect activates, Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit is going to destroy it. That works.
Wow, Bodan's face said it all just then. He was very much, if I had to translate that into words, it was just, wow.
Like Owen Wilson. Wow.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
So yes, there are 2 effects on the Altergeist Conquery. The first one is the attack negation that also special summons Conquery.
So the effect comes back on, but the attack's still negated because of concrete.
Correct.
Yeah.
It gets 2 effects, not 1. And because the effect is negated, obviously you don't get a replay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just had confirmation there. That's exactly what they were saying about the attack and the negation, about exactly when it starts, stops, and what Ghost Ogre actually does. So,
Indeed. So we'll see what Bowden's up to. He's got another Meloseek.
yeah, that's gonna help with the.
I think he's got this one now.
Yeah, well, he can summon 1 more Eater of Millions, but I don't know if he plays a 3rd.
It's 27 and 12 is 39. Ching's going to get at least 1 more turn out of this, but Temnic's going to get to search for some stuff depending on what's banished. Taking a look at his banished cards. And now he's going to make the second Hexia.
Yeah.
There it is. You know things are going well for you when you're making 2 Hexia.
Yes, absolutely.
searches for another Silquidus, which may in fact be the last Altergeist in his deck.
Yeah, there's not a lot of cards left in Bodan's deck, in fact.
Now, I'd been hearing throughout the weekend that people were actually just decking out, just running out of cards and losing.
Really?
I think it was, might have been the UK players telling me that.
Okay. Wow.
Which is like, really? How?
Yeah. Very cool.
All the decks are so strong, you're sure to go to 0 life and 0 cards.
14 cards left. That seems like a whole bunch.
Yeah, as long as you don't play another Desires.
Yes, that would be bad. As you said, double Hextia. That's
It's hard to deal with, especially
Yeah.
because the first negation will get yet another card.
Yeah.
All right, Jin's up. He's got to do something, and he's got to get it past probably an army of hand traps in Temnic's hand.
Yeah.
I feel like Jing's done really well to even stay in this game.
Really, he really does. His draw was very poor.
There's Light Stage.
Well, that's
About a millennia too late.
yeah.
That'll get negated. Gets another search. I mean, if you're going to have any chance at all, I guess you have to have Candina.
Yeah.
That's to have any chance at all. Not a huge chance.
No.
That'll put them down to, I believe, 13 cards. Indeed.
It's not looking good for Ching here in this first game of the World Championship Finals.
I think it's going to look even worse, right, next game, because now he'll definitely bring in Inspector Border.
Yes.
That's it.
There's nothing
Temnic
else.
takes a very... There's Pot of Desires to follow it up.
And he can't ash that thanks to Inspector Border.
Nope.
Yep.
That's a rough start. Rough start indeed. But this is one reason why you want Dark Hole in your deck when
Yeah.
you're going second. Is
So Inspector Border is a fairly complicated card.
yes, it is.
Right, so would you like to explain maybe to the people at home who don't,
All right.
maybe aren't so familiar with the card and exactly
so
how it works?
First, you can't summon Inspector Border if you have any monsters on the field. It has to be the first monster you play. And while it is on the field, players can only activate a number of monster effects up to the number of special monster card types that are on the field. So Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, Pendulum, Link.
Okay.
And this counts even negated activations. So if, say, there's a Link monster on the field, so you can activate one, and you activate your monster effect, and the activation is negated by Solemn Strike. That's your one. You don't get another one. Unlike other things like Great Shogun Shien, which would not count that.
There is the Lullaby of Obedience. So,
He does ask for Inspector Border.
Yeah.
So this is a very complicated card. While writing the text for this card
Yes.
nearly gave Kevin a heart attack
Yeah.
back in the day. So this lets you declare the name of one card,
Oh.
one monster.
I think I just heard Ching say that he banished both from the Pot of Desires.
Oh my goodness.
That is so
Oh,
unlucky.
Oh
no.
my goodness. Oh my
What a disaster.
Someone call Todd. Sometimes it doesn't just work.
No, absolutely not.
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
stunned.
Yes.
I am absolutely stunned. Starting with the one border and banishing the other
The other
two, that is
two.
unreal.
That is, in fact, the perfect counter to Bodan's strategy of playing a Lullaby of Obedience and taking his opponent Inspector Borders.
Oh my goodness.
Can't take it if he doesn't have it. Just saying. Wow. I guess the judges here have got to work out kind of how do they legally prove that he's not got any Inspector Borders in
Yeah.
his deck. I guess he has to show.
I hate this rule. I absolutely hate this rule.
Yeah, I mean-
because it only applies to things like this. You can't ask your opponent to reveal all their set cards if you're playing Infernity.
Yeah,
or something
exactly.
like that. It's just stuff like this, and
Yeah.
it's not information you're entitled to.
Yeah. So Temnic's going to give it a quick look. Doesn't see Inspector Borders. Sees a couple other side deck cards, so now he has a little bit more extra information, but he's pretty diligent about the speed in which he
Yeah.
checked. Didn't take too long to study it.
Like, because you're not entitled to that information, you're not allowed to just go slowly through the deck.
Right, exactly.
No,
you just gave it two
you gotta
clicks,
look.
double-checked
Yeah.
once, and that's it. But there was a Cyber Dragon. So that's probably a little bit of extra info.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw it on that particular.
Yeah. The rest of the cards, though, I don't think he saw anything too interesting. He saw, like, Scapegoats, like, very standard cards, so I don't think he really...
Cards.
Yeah, I don't even think he saw... I didn't see a copy of Heavy Storm Duster.
Yeah. There's a bunch of info you can get from looking through there, though. Like, stuff like the Scapegoat isn't banished.
Or just, like, yeah, what cards he drew. Like, you don't have a lot of time to study, right? But if you see just one Scapegoat, the issue is Pot of Desires, right? Because he Pot of Desires, you really don't know. You can, normally you'd be able to look through it and, like, oh, you know, oh, there was only 2 copies of... I don't know. I can't even. I'm blanking right now. There's only 2 copies of Trickstar Light Stage in the deck.
Yes.
One might be in his hand. Oh wait, he Pot Desires. Maybe it's in that 10. It's more likely to be in that 10 banished cards than it is in his hand.
It
Correct.
is.
Yeah.
But it does kind of help at least a little bit about what this face down could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
at
now
least a little
studying.
bit.
Now Bowden has to study Inspector Border. He knows he wanted it, but he doesn't know
why
quite exactly how it works.
So. Yeah.
Activates infinite impermanence from hand and negate it for the turn. That's certainly one way to get around it. Yeah, it works. Does he have Maleseek again?
Yep. At a resolution, he has Multi-Figure, in fact. Not quite Maleseek. Goes a match.
Goes a
going to be
match.
changed, though.
Oh, no.
This is big.
Oh, no. So he's going to have to summon the monster and send it straight to the yard.
Is that how that works?
If it's chained.
Yeah.
If it's chained to the effect. So normally you wouldn't be allowed to activate the effect at all.
Oh, but the effect's forced to resolve.
And then as soon as the resolution happens, that's when they immediately have to apply the effect of Gozen Match to clear up the field to
I don't think that's what the judge ruled it as.
Actually, no, perhaps not. Maybe I need to go read it.
Yeah, I did not think it worked like that. I thought that as soon as Gozen Match resolved, then the monster would not be able to summon anything anymore because...
Oh, no, I know what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of if you special summon multiple monsters of different types at the same time.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because it's not simultaneous, it's 2 separate effects.
I did think there was some way where something got sent to the graveyard immediately, but I can't remember
it's
exactly.
if you summon multiple monsters.
Is it?
So I'm looking at Multi-Faker and thinking, oh, it summons multiple monsters, but it's not at the same time because it's multiple effects.
Yeah, well, there we go. Anyway, so I was going to say about Inspector Border, it's not like he's got a small number of attack points either.
No,
so
2,000 attack and defense.
Yeah, and that's much bigger than any of these Altergeist cards.
Goes to battle and attacks the face down.
So yeah, as long as we enter the damage step and that gets flipped up, then it's going to get sent to the graveyard anyway.
This is another Multi-Figure, then
that's true.
Normal dead. Hits Maleseek, and Maleseek cannot activate.
Because of Inspector Border?
Because of Inspector Border.
With multiple set cards there, that's not gonna feel good for Bodan.
Unless he's got Heavy Storm Duster.
Heavy Storm
that
Duster
would be definitely
big.
That would be real good.
Big.
And
Which he does. Wow.
I think his other card might be Altergeist Manifestation as well, because he checked his graveyard a bit there, and that's the one that would make the most sense to me right now.
And he loses an
impermanence as well.
Ooh.
If that was Manifestation, though, I think you're supposed to flip it right there.
Like, knowing Bowden's luck in this particular game, yeah, I was just about to say, it's probably another Gozen match.
I think that's a big reason why, if he has Manifestation down, though, he's supposed to activate it then and there.
Yeah,
not going to have another opportunity.
Wow.
That's sad, though, because that's also a 50-50.
Yeah.
Right? He just targeted one of the set back row.
Yeah,
that's the other one in a nutshell. Yeah. These first 2 games have been very variance-based.
Yes. What a reversal of fortune there, though, for Ching, who, you know, didn't look so great in that first game. Bodan looking real hot, and now it's just swapped right around.
So Ching still doesn't have a Trickstar.
I was just about to say, the concert still hasn't started, though. There's no stage, there's no Candina. Inspector Border's really ruining the party right now.
And you know, well, yeah, the police shows up. There is no party.
There's no concerts allowed here. Only some straight up single Yu-Gi-Oh.
You know, what I gotta say though is given the way this game is going, the first time he gets a Trickstar monster, you want to bet Tenric's got Rivalry of Warlords face down to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I think he likely side decked it out though. That is just not good enough in this matchup.
That's what I mean.
Ah, spoofing.
Yeah. Personal spoofing. He's gonna shuffle it back.
Let's see what he gets here.
What a simplified game state this is.
It is. This
Police are here.
You know, we're going back to 2002 with this. We just got trap cards and monsters fighting each other. and the occasional spell.
2002. We don't have to go back that far.
Well, we do if we want to draw 2 spell with Pot in the name.
Oh, I guess. I guess.
I don't know what card you guys are talking about.
Oliver's looking at me like, hey, did you steal my Pot of Greed joke? Did you do it?
Yeah,
I did.
I think we did. Yeah, I'm just imagining him in the Esther voice now.
Just shaking his head over there.
Yeah.
As we shuffle up some more.
This is where that dark hole would be real nice.
Yeah, that'd be real good. Because we know he's not got another. He's not got another Inspector Border.
Yeah, but we know they probably brought it in now. Actually, while it's not that good against the standard Trickstar deck, I think after you know that they're bringing Inspector Border, it's definitely a card you want to see.
He is going to take 2,000 direct on the replay here, though. Unless he's got. No, he's got Manifestation, right? Is that what we decided he probably has?
I have a good read that it's Manifestation,
Yeah,
but I didn't.
he checked the grave. He checked the grave, which makes, I believe so as well.
My dueling sense is tingled.
Yeah, exactly. Unless that is like a next level graveyard check. This is definitely Manifestation. Bam, it's Judgment. I don't know. Who knows? It definitely wasn't Judgment. Otherwise, we'd have seen that on Goza match. But it could be something. Could be anything.
All right, so still attacking directly. And Tedmic's down to Duel Links numbers here, 4,000 life points.
It's not a big clock when they've got Inspector Border.
That I was actually going to say the opposite. That's a huge clock. I feel like there's not a lot of monsters that can end the game in 4 turns on its own.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a
short one.
Short amount
clock,
of
yes.
yeah, it's a very short clock. Yeah, there's only
It's a huge clock that's very short.
Yeah. Yeah. Big clock, not a lot of numbers. Just 4 numbers on 1 clock.
This is 2. The only number is 2.
It's 2, yeah.
2. That's how much you're taking every time. And he takes it again.
Yeah.
Although the good Inspector had a little help from Lullaby of Obedience there.
Yes, he certainly did. Which is highly ironic, considering he also has 2,000 attack.
And it's really rough for Bowden that that's supposed to be the surprise tech that just wins you the game, and you just steal the championship for it.
Yeah.
But now that he's revealed it, King has a chance to respond to it.
Yeah. I think this next side decking by Ching needs to be very thoughtful. He needs to really have a think about this.
Yeah.
Assuming he wins the match, that is.
Do you think you bring in Inspector Border now? I mean, do you bring in both questions? Does Temnik bring in Lullaby, and does Ching bring in Inspector Border?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Trickstar Light Stage hits the field, and Bowden has shared ride for it.
That's going to help, but the concert is starting, regardless of the Inspector Border being there.
Yep, Ching's still going to take him for a ride, though. Going to give him at least 1 card. Probably not anything else, though.
No.
We can assume he added Candina, but maybe...
Do you just summon Lycoris here?
You may just summon
search Lycoris?
So one thing you got to watch out for is that Altergeist Marionetter has pretty square stats. Well, not quite square, but 1,600 attack, 1,700 defense. So Lycoris can't actually beat it in battle.
Yeah.
And if that set card would be a Marionetter and not the Meluseek, he just bounce off and take some damage and would not be able to end the game this turn.
Yeah.
So I think you just take
But with the light stage, doesn't it have enough attack? Is it 16 plus 2?
It does not boost the attack.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
it's
damage.
damage.
Yeah.
It's a separate instance of 200 damage
Indeed.
each time.
But I'm more thinking that if he has Lycoris, he can attack with the Inspector Border, attack with Lycoris for 1,800, then he can just pass, and then Bodan loses from the Lycoris effect.
That's true. It's not an activated effect, so it will work. I think I like that a little better, because that guarantees the win.
Yeah, Temnik must have felt really good after game 1, and seeing his game 2, I'm sure he felt great.
What did Ching get here?
He
First
freezes
the
the
lockdown.
back rope. It is Candina.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both light.
He's probably so used to playing with Rivalry all weekend.
Yeah.
Quick little heat check on that.
Yeah, to be honest, that's just as good, right? Just to get Candina,
Yeah,
not activate the effect, attack with Border.
It's 2,000 either way, because either Border takes out the monster.
Yeah, all the
Candina
Candina.
does 18.
So guys, red is Temnik, red is Australia. We have blue on the other side, Ching from Taiwan piloting Trickstar. The Blue Angel is indeed blue, my friend. Ghost Girl is representing red.
Thunder King!
Thunder King Wild comes down.
Thunder King set pass is pretty good unless he's got Inspector Border.
Right. I remember
That's
the
a
first
reason.
thing I
That's a
thought
good
of.
reason to have Inspector
Yeah.
Border.
Cyber
Dragon!
Oh, he's gonna negate it.
Cyber Dragon eats, or rather, Thunder King eats Cyber Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an explosive start to this third game.
Yeah, especially with only a single. Oh, after siding, he has 2 copies of Cyber Dragon in his deck.
Indeed.
So 2 copies is fine. Matches up against Thunder King Route. 2 copies. You're going second. You're more
Wow,
likely to draw because you have 6
this is the
cards.
first time we are
That's the
seeing
first bit of
Ching
motion.
like visibly upset about this situation.
I think he might have forgotten Thunder King's other effects.
Still, do you change your play? I don't think so.
Whoa, but I don't know why. What?
Yeah, you tributed Thunder King to negate the special summon.
Of Cyber Dragon, yeah.
And I think
The
Ching might have
inherent
forgotten
summon.
that it had that ability.
But even if you know that, do you change the play? I think getting rid of Thunder King is...
Might have had Book of Moon. That might have been it. I don't know what else he would have.
Oh, Book,
That's
yeah.
gotta
If
be
he,
it.
if he has Book, then...
That would be
Wow.
a definite case of just forgetting.
Yeah, 'cause every other card there, right? Like, if he has Inspector Board too, he just normal summons Inspector Board or attacks. There's
Yeah.
no other thing that would make him really think that hard or wince like that, right?
Yeah.
I guess Infinite Impermanence, but Infinite Impermanence, it could
Infinite
be
would
Infinite
work.
Impermanence.
Infinite would work.
Yeah,
That-
there's
that
a few
might be it,
reasons,
actually.
Yeah. There's a few different reasons that Ching would have been visibly upset
Yeah,
there.
this is the first time I've seen him make that face either.
Yeah, it's got to be big. It has to be big.
Yep, went from a cool cucumber is what I tried to say. A
Cool
cool
cucumber.
cucumber to a hot tamale in 2 seconds.
Yeah. And Bodan was fairly happy with the outcome. He's been able to get a Muleseek down, straight out into Linkaribo.
Yeah, and he searches Marionetter,
Yep.
which means he already has Multi-Figure, most likely, right?
Most likely.
Unless he just doesn't have a trap card and he needs the Multi-Figure to get there. I mean, that
If he
Marionetter's
doesn't have a
Ching's
trap,
fist.
that's sure
Look at-
ride.
Look at
Yeah.
Ching's fist right now. He is tense.
Yeah, this is a big this is a big aspect of anything competitive though, whether you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, sports, anything, is making sure you don't tilt.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely
You
correct.
just accept the game state, move on. You're not going to gain anything by sitting there grinding
No,
over
thinking
it.
about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, one specific mistake that people make quite a bit after they make a mistake in a game is they play to try to correct the mistake, not to win the game.
Yes.
Right, yeah, they don't. Yes, exactly. When you take a line that isn't ideal and you realize halfway through, man, this isn't the best line, it's still mostly better to commit to those lines
Yes.
than just try to switch like your path halfway.
Right.
Ching is really, yeah, the cucumber has certainly changed here. Whew.
Another face down for Bowden. 3 monsters in hand, it looks like.
Okay. He's got to take a breath.
Yep,
Let's
now
see
he
what he
looks like he's
plays.
back in it.
So he's
Even
I'm trying to
just the
keep
way
track
he's-
of which one is which in his hand right now, and the card he just drew is still at the top. Now it's not anymore. I just want to see which card he plays so we can maybe get a read at what he had the turn before.
Yeah.
He's thinking long and hard about this
Yeah,
one.
he's considering between the card he just drew and another card in his hand.
A light stage would be really nice.
I think this is the card he just drew. It looks like it's going to be
Very
Lycoris.
slowly places Trickstar and Lycoris onto the field. Goes to battle phase, and he's going to draw out the Linkaribo effect. At least try to. Linkaribo tributes. Her effect, or rather her attack points are down to 0.
goes to end his turn.
On the draw,
Lycoris damage?
100.
Oh, this just went from like 100 to 0 right away with the back to grind game.
I don't know. I think it's
He can't
pretty
have Book of
firmly.
Moon, right? He would set it.
Yeah.
I don't think
really
it's
don't
Book.
know what it could have been.
What could it have been?
For a second, I thought like maybe. I don't know.
If he has
I thought it
Inspector
was, like,
Border, he just
Duality
plays
could have
it?
been Like, oh, I special summoned this. No, because it's still Thunder King is still going to stop Duality. I really don't know. He doesn't even play Duality, but I really can't think of a card.
No.
I guess even Impermanence here you've set, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Altergeist Marionetter that was searched off of Melseek
Oh,
next.
what if it was Mind Control?
Ah.
What if he had Mind Control plus like a Lycoris, right?
Yeah.
Then he is able to Mind Control the Thunder King round, normal summon Lycoris, link it away.
This is one of those things that you need, that you want Clara and Rushka for.
Yeah.
Just
That is
don't
the
have to
only
give up.
one I can think that would work or cause him to have that reaction.
All right, so it gets hit by Effect Failure,
Yeah.
and he puts it in the graveyard. I do believe I missed something right there.
Yeah. I don't quite understand why it's now in the graveyard.
Oh,
Just using the effects.
I think he might have gone
Oh.
Ghost Ogre Effect
Is he
Failure.
going to call Inspector Border?
in response.
Yeah, and I think he has it in his deck.
What is he asking for, though?
Inspector Border. Oh, Cyber Dragon.
Oh!
Oh!
Cyber Dragon.
Oh!
That seems smart.
That's incredibly smart.
He knows he's got Cyber Dragon because he's seen it.
Yeah.
Wow. That is so heads up by Temnik.
Because he knows he would have summoned Cyber Dragon last turn if he had the other copy.
Yes.
So he can account for that second copy of Cyber Dragon in his deck.
This is what it takes to become the world champion.
Well, it's interesting because he only mained one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he knew that and didn't know that it was a side decked one as well,
True.
then that could have backfired horribly.
Yeah. This is the statement of the match. This is what it takes to become the world champion.
And I did hear Bowden was trying to tell him, well, it doesn't matter where you put it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
he's
summon
special
it.
summon
But it 100% does matter because of Lycoris.
Yeah.
Because you get damage if you put it in their hand.
Is it anytime they add a card from anywhere or specifically their deck?
Yeah, it's anywhere.
This is
Oh, wow.
this is currently being checked by the judges. I just had someone in my ear telling me that that's what's happening.
Yeah, it's every time a card is added to your opponent's hand.
Yep. Yep. So Bodan very happily said, "Yep, I'll take the 200." Wow. I just my mind is blown. He just Lullaby of Obedience for a Cyber Dragon.
Now we're advancing it a little further. We're getting closer to 2004 here with CRV.
Yes.
Temnek was a little confused there because he saw a card that was dropped on top of his hand that wasn't his,
Yeah.
and he had forgotten. And the
Yeah,
huge,
it was going to be in a different sleeve.
yeah.
Come on, that's something you gotta remember, right?
You
just
played Lullaby of
I
Obedience.
think that the nerves are getting. He realizes how close he is to becoming
Yeah,
the world champion,
exactly.
so he's just being as careful as possible.
All right, here we go. Takes a look at his extra deck.
Might mean
That
that he
sounds
has
like
access to
Eater of Millions.
Candina, right? Or Eater of Millions, that could be another one. I was thinking about maybe he has Candina into Lilybell.
Oh! This is my
Mind
Cyber
control.
Dragon. This is my Cyber Dragon. I want it back right now.
I think that's what the card he had on the first turn that made him
Yeah.
really reconsider everything.
Yep,
he did.
exactly.
Yeah, because he could have taken the Thunder King Ryo and that was it.
He heavy Storm Duster's mind control.
Okay, I'm guessing this is for the
This
for
has to be
the
for multi-faker,
multi-faker
yeah.
trigger.
Yeah, so that he can probably put up a Silquidus, right? And just disrupt whatever his opponent has because he only is likely to have a normal summon. So he wants to get the Cyber Dragon back to his hand, so he's going to Silquidus back whatever he normal summons.
Yeah.
Do you think
Oh,
that's
if
what
the,
it is?
If the normal summon is Lilybell, though, or sorry, is
Candina,
though,
yeah,
then he has
you're
two
right.
summons.
Maybe that's also just the only, because his opponent hasn't been setting spell or traps, right?
Mm-hmm.
That could just be the only time he feels like he could actually activate the one trap he has to get the Silquidus.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good play. The Ghost Ogre right there is going to stop Silquidus, unless Bowden's got Altergeist Protocol or Manifestation.
No, I think he's just going to get Malisig and put himself on the back burner a little bit, but
Now, what is this? I can't see what it is.
it's Malisig.
It is
Yeah, it's,
Melissa.
Melisig.
Okay.
Interesting. This is a fantastic game.
Yeah. This is world caliber stuff right here. This is what I said. Neither of these guys are ready for this matchup, but they are just showing their absolute skill to play this game. Guys, we just saw someone Lullaby of Obedience Cyber Dragon.
Yep. And then have it mind control back.
Yes.
It's been a real what year is this moment for a while now.
Yeah.
I remember a long time ago when those cards all first came out.
Yeah. Kaiba would be proud of some of these cards being played right now. He really would. Whew.
Lullaby of Obedience is such a weird card. That was definitely on the list
Yeah.
of stuff that, we should make this sometime. But it's
Yeah.
kind of complicated. Oh, but it's so cool.
There's a lot of formats where I feel like Lullaby can just be a blowout. Like we saw it in Zodiac, right? Stealing a Zodiac monster. Here it's great. You can grab their Altergeist monster. There's just so many ways. You can even grab Ray with it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that seems huge. It just seems like there's so many applications like that for that card.
Yeah. It's just amazing in the mirror in any kind of, well, not even the mirror match, just a match where something is useful.
So Nightmare Cerberus would be pretty good right now to put that Melisig away.
It all depends on this back row from Bodan.
I do wonder, though. He flips it.
He's thinking really hard. These next couple decisions are going to define
Yeah.
this entire game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder if Chin has, because
Mind
Oh
Crush.
my goodness.
He's going to guess. And it's a guess.
Yeah. Jig is clapping. He is applauding his opponent right now.
Trickstar Lycaris. He doesn't have it.
He doesn't have it.
Oh my God!
There's no Trickstar
2 for 1s
Lycaris.
on the. Oh my God!
So he's going to discard. That's it.
Oh my goodness. Well, we did not see his hand. He did not place it in view of the camera.
No, but we can tell from what just happened. Bodan discarded a card.
He banishes the
For
Cyber
Eater of
Dragon.
Millions.
Eater of Millions. That's
Oh
his
my
other
God!
monster.
And he's going to get rid of the Milliseek.
In the safest way he knows to banish it face down.
Oh man.
I have not seen a better duel than this one in so long.
What a game
That
for
was
the World
biggest gamble by
Championships.
Temnik.
Now the interesting thing is he can banish more than 5 cards. Not a lot of people know this, but it's at least 5 cards.
Oh, he's just whole pile.
Yeah, send them all away.
As if he just heard.
Eater of Millions is hungry
6.
for this game.
15 and 16. It looks like he just took his entire extra deck there and tossed it.
Yep.
Very,
I think
very
there's still a little bit left,
Seemed like
right?
tokens. I think it was they were tokens.
Oh.
Unsure. It's a lot. He banished a lot of cards.
Oh yeah, they're
There's
tokens.
nothing left. Only tokens. So it's on 1600. Plus then the one monster 1700.
And Boden's looking for Marionette.
Yeah, Bodan just
no
said,
cards in hand, does he?
no, he
I
has
don't see
nothing.
any.
He just mind crushed away the last card.
That's right, he lost it.
It was just Silquidus, though, which wouldn't have helped him out that much. Oh, we see him rubbing. Didn't even slow roll it straight to his hand. Nope, it's just a set card. But I think by that reaction, it might have been a manifestation. I don't know if he's overplaying it. You know what I mean? Oh, we're in time.
We're in time. Last turn of the duel. He can't deal any damage.
Oh, my goodness.
He can't deal any damage.
Chia, the world champion from Taiwan.